Hi kids and parents, welcome back to Glow Connection. My name is Amy, pastor of SCPC's Children's Ministry. If this is your first time watching, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you on behalf of all our ministry team members. Have you ever had a feeling that people watching you while you be probably doing something like you're speaking with someone else or maybe at school? When we back in person, that like you're talking to others, or like you're doing your homework, or you're in the library, you have that feeling that like someone is watching. I think no matter you like it or not, that is a fact. People are watching you. And as I'm speaking, I do have the same feeling. Of course, I know that you're watching right now, but besides you, I do feel that someone else is watching me without my knowledge. And that is a very sketchy feeling. What is that? Whoa! Wow, Minion, you scared me. When did you sitting right beside me? And you are so quiet, you don't make a noise. And I'm so scared. Oh man, oh thank you. And I know you're being a very good listener, Minion. And you being a very good friend sitting beside me. Many times. But I actually do have a question when you're watching me and why are you raising your hands? I've been seeing like people raising hands to worship like in the church. When they're singing, they raise hands, but I never seen you ever drop your arm at all. And I'm wondering because I think like you've been raising your hand since I met you. That's back for like a few years ago. Why are you raising your hand, Minion? Oh, that is a very interesting answer. Minion says like he's doing an exercise and that's how he exercises. Like, you know, Minion exercise 24/7. And I think like that is very creative, Minion. We human beings never do this like as an exercise, and we can't raise hands for so long. Otherwise, like it will be, we will have like some tingling feelings, and blood flow will have a problem. I can be creative, and this week we didn't just go out for a walk as an exercise. We actually brought our soccer ball to play in the snow. You don't believe me? Let me show you.
An exercise idea is that you can kick the ball with your dog. Yeah, look at that. Chasing the ball together in the snow.
Yeah, actually, I think it's very creative and it's so fun to watch Diggy chasing the ball as well. And it's like some good exercise to encourage us. And last week, I actually talked about when we do exercise that we do have a name, and we can't just like do it without a name. In 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 26 that we mentioned, this guy from the New Testament, Apostle Paul, he says, "So I do not run aimlessly." Nathan's example, shooting the net in the basement, playing hockey, it's an example that like when you play, when you exercise, and you train your body, you got it to have an aim. And that's why this verse it says like not aimlessly. And Apostle Paul's using another analogy. I do not box as one beating the air. And I'm not sure if you guys like familiar with boxing, but this is not just boxing, but he actually meant shadow boxing. And shadow boxing is like it's beating the air. And it's one kind of martial arts for you to express yourself. But during this practice, you are not actually just beating the air. You do have an imaginary target that you beat. And Davin is a coach in boxing, and he told me that like you do need to have an imaginary enemy or target to shadow box. But it's not a real fight until it's a real match that you really like have a person to fight with. And Apostle Paul in here actually trying to explain to us, same as what I have been talking since the summer, and have a quick recap. Last summer we talked about like how God created day and night, and that affect our sleeping habit and how important it is, so that we have our body resting well. And we also spent time talking about sleep, eating as well. Food, our intake of food is affecting our body health. And now, in the past few weeks, that we talk about physical exercise is so important. And all these like sleeping, resting, eating, and physical exercise are important for our body and to love the life that God given to us. But actually, with all these things, that leads to something even more important, which is your spiritual health. In 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 17, and Apostle Paul saying in here, "But I discipline my body and keep it under control." Keep it under control for a reason, but it's very important. Even Diggy needs to learn how to be self-controlled.
Why are you following me? You want to follow me for something? Okay, I'll give you a peanut. If you are Diggy, this is not the proper way. Yeah, sit. Very good. Down, down. Okay, so this is the peanut. Okay, I'm going to put it on your paw. Wait, wait. Okay. Wow, you're super disciplined and super obedient, and you deserve this like little peanut. Good job, Diggy.
Yeah, in verse 27 it says like, "I discipline my body and keep it under control." Diggy did a good job, lest after preaching to others, I myself should be disqualified. Paul actually explaining in here that like you yourself train and practice self-control, and with all these exercise, and that leads to only one aim, is to share the story with others about God. And so that you will not be disqualified, and not only that we encourage one another to do it, but you yourself needs to practice it, and so that we will not be disqualified or rejected. And in the beginning, I think I talk about like how sometimes you feel people watching you, and that is actually a fact. And no matter we like it or not, all our speech, our thoughts, our small actions of gesture, people will be seeing and watching us. And this is how we actually live out the life of Jesus Christ. And this is how we live out the love that God has given to us. So this time, I would like you to brainstorm and how do you do spiritual discipline? Besides that, like you doing a good, you maintain your good sleeping habit, you maintain your good diet, and you maintain your good physical exercise. Do you do anything that training your spiritual discipline, such as how much that you read your Bible, how often you read, and how often do you pray? Do you practice self-control spiritually? Next week, I am going to share with you, even baby can do exercise, and he can be our coach. And I think that's it for now. Minion, thank you for watching, and thank you for watching. See you next week. Bye.